Okay. I wanted to take a minute and do an update. August 18th, which is a Monday, I'm going in and I'm having surgery on my shoulder. What has happened is that I tore uh, three out of the four rotator cuff muscles. Actually, no, I tore all four of them. So, for the update on this, in case you missed it the first time around, in terms of what I did. Give me a second and I'll get back to the list. And then I'll tell you where it's at on the body and what exactly it is I did. Okay, it's going to be just a second here. Okay, sec. Okay, so again, if you didn't catch it in the other video, I did a full thickness tear. Full thickness, full width tear of the supraspinatus tendon, full thickness tear of the intra-articular long head of the biceps tendon with distal retraction, partial thickness, partial width articular sided tear of the infraspinatus tendon with superimposed tendinopathy, tendinopathy of the subscapularis and teres minor tendons, and mild acromioclavicular osteoarthritis. Yeah. Okay. So, where these are and what I did. Okay. So the shoulder joint is made up of three bones. The humerus, which is this long bone here, the scapula, more commonly known as the shoulder blade, and the clavicle. And the clavicle is right here. Okay. The supraspinatus muscle is okay, so just to let you know, I am looking at physiopedia.com. So if you want to look at this yourselves, it's www.physio-pedia.com. At physio-pedia.com. That's for anybody that's interested. So the supraspinatus tear or rupture of the tendon of the supraspinatus muscle. This is part of the rotator cuff of the shoulder. Most of the time is accompanied by another rotator cuff muscle tear. Did two of those. This can occur due to trauma or repeated microtrauma and present as a partial or full thickness tear. Quite often, the tear occurs in the tendon or as an avulsion of the greater tuberosity. So there's an attachment site here in the shoulder, at the top of the humerus or this long bone here is called a tuberosity. And that's basically where the muscles attach into the bone. Okay, so the supraspinatus muscle is the muscle that runs right through from. Let's see if I can do this right. Okay, here's the clavicle. It's back here a little bit. Let's see. Clavicle. Nope. Okay. So it's right in through here. Now, where I've torn it off at, I've torn it off of this tuberosity or the connection site, and it is rolled up a bit. Okay. Then the second one that I did is the full thickness tear of the intra-articular long head of the biceps tendon with distal retraction. So basically, I tore up here as well. So when I thought I had partially ruptured my bicep, it was the biceps tendon coming off of here and popping and unfortunately rolling down just a little bit. Now you can kind of sort well, maybe not because of how my arms are built. A lot of I also still have a lot of hanging skin and all of that. So, but there is some right here, Popeye muscle, which is basically where the biceps has kind of rolled itself, but it's up here too, mostly, versus down here. I didn't pull anything off down here, so where a lot of bicep ruptures happen is it gets torn down here and then rolls up. In this case, because I did the damage up here in my shoulder, it kind of rolls down a little bit. Okay, and then the partial thickness, partial width articular sided tear of the infraspinatus tendon. So that one, the infraspinatus, let's see if I can find it. Ta, 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 ta. Maybe. Oh, I only did the supraspinatus. What I'm trying to find is I'm trying to find where I can click on a link and find what I'm looking for on the same. Okay. So, what I'm looking at, I know you guys can't see. There's types of rotator cuff tears that are divided into 5 categories. Type A, the supraspinatus and superior subscapularis tears. Supraspinatus and entire subscapularis tears. Supraspinatus, super subscapularis and infraspinatus tears. Supraspinatus and infraspinatus tears, and then supraspinatus, infraspinatus and teres minor tear. I have done mostly the type E, and basically what that is all right in through here is what I tore. So what they're going to do is they're going to go in about 4 or 5 different spots, pull everything back down, hook it back up into the upper part of my shoulder here, and I'm gonna have 6 months worth of fun. Uh, I've got a week off in August for PTO time, and so what I'm gonna do with that is I'm gonna have surgery on Monday. I'll return to work on Saturday, and then just kind of do all my PT and my rehab and all of that. So yeah, and the infraspinatus muscles, just so you know, this is one of the 4 muscles that comprise of the rotator cuff of the shoulder, and it is on the back. It runs across the shoulder blade, and the big concern is the muscle that I tore is what allows us to do this. So all of that is what I damaged. So we're going to put all that back together so I can now, at this time, yes, I can do this and be just fine. If I don't get this fixed, however, eventually I will not be able to do this at all. In fact, as I hold my arm like this right now, I can feel it along the back of my shoulder, right about this side, or this from on the back side. So imagine that on the back. I don't have a great range of, I can't. Yeah, I don't have that. So some people are a lot more flexible. Anyway, but from here to the back, that's if I do this, I can feel that it feels very, very thick. Like there's a trigger point in that muscle, which is basically like a knot. And then, of course, I can also feel right in through here, which is the latissimus dorsi, or the lat muscles. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at, is getting my shoulder put back together and trying not to do any more stupid shit like I did before. That being said, with everything that happened, I mean, ultimately, do I wish it happened? No. But if an injury had to take place, I would have rather had it be to me with what was done than to Kent and possibly breaking a leg, shattering his hip, breaking his pelvis, breaking any part of the lower leg, any part of the upper leg, foot, whatever. I will take the tears over anything broken or damaged on him, anything broken on me. That's the other thing, is I did not break anything. I just tore. So to me, that's pretty good option. So I will keep updating as I go. I know that it's not a whole lot, and my channel is kind of dormant a lot. Um, I do things when I want and how I want, and this is kind of like an important update. And rather than typing it out, because that's another thing that kind of hurts right now, is doing a lot of typing. And that's because I'm articulating the muscles and I'm moving them even all the way up here. Because up in the neck, the muscles come out through, and they come down and they attach to a bunch of things, which I'm not going to bore everybody with a physiology lesson. That's the last thing you guys need. But yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at. And on the 18th of August, which is just a little over a month away, I'm going in and I'm getting my shoulder fixed. Yay, go me. I mean, God, like I said before, if I have to do something, at least I don't do it half-assed. I do it with my whole ass.